label correctly. Okay, so you see 60-30, 90-30, 90-60. It's a shortcut. You guys all know how to divide. You all know how to divide. So if now the legs are 1 and rad 3 and the hypotenuse is 2, you're like, wait, where do I put what? There's 3 sides, there's 3 different numbers. You better label correctly or else your answer's trash. Okay, so if you can divide, you can label correctly. So look, your 60-30 side, right? What's 60 divided by 30? How many times does 30 go into 60? 2. And so your 60-30 side, which is your hypotenuse, I was going to use marker, is always 2. Because that side is created from a 60 and a 30 degree angle. Okay, how many times does 90 go into 30? I said that wrong. How many times does 30 go into 90? You knew what I was supposed to say. Okay, but it's rad 3. So 30 goes into 90 3 times, but it gets the radical. Okay, and then how many times does 60 go into 90? Once. And so the 60-90 side is always 1. Okay, so if you can divide, you can label right. So 30 goes into 60 2 times, 60 goes into 90 once, 30 goes into 93 times, it gets the radical. Bless you. Okay, 30 goes into 62 times, 30 goes into 93 times, but it gets the radical. 60 goes into 90 once. That's it. So it's just 30 goes into 62 times, 30 goes into 93, but it gets the radical. 60 goes into 90 once. Okay, yeah. So you have to know it. Right, so then Sebastian's like, where is it? Okay, he's like, wait, but it doesn't show the other angle. You guys have to know, if it's showing you 90 and 60, you guys know all triangles are 180, so automatically the other one is 30. So they show you a 30, the other one is 60. Okay, all right, so look, let's do number 1 the long way, the appropriate way, and then I'll redo it with the shortcut right underneath it, okay? All right, so let's color, label. We love colors. Am I recording? Yeah, okay. So, Y. Oh wait, I forgot to label the other triangle. I started and then I stopped, so go figure. Okay, I'll do that. All right, so now let me label. 69 goes into 90 once, 30 goes into 93 times, but gets the radical. 30 goes into 62. Okay, so now I have, remember, it's always mu divided by reference. So y over 1, that's a y. Where's green? X over 2, 4 rad 3 over rad 3. All right, how much you guys want to use the calculator before? You guys will figure that out. You can start slow, and then eventually you can work your way to the calculator and mental math. All right, so look, if you want to solve y, you cover this up. If you want to solve for x, you cover that up. And so y over 1, 4 rad 3 over rad 3. Okay, so what is 4 rad 3 over 3, right? Wait, is it? Oh, rad 3. My bad. It's 4, yes? So when I put this into my calculator, I get 4. So I really have 4. And what's 1 times 4? 4, right? And if some of you saw that beforehand, that's great. Okay, so now let's look at x. 4 rad 3 over rad 3, x over 2. Okay, if you remember that and now you're like, okay, well, I already know if I put this in the calculator, it's 4. So now if I cross product property, what is 4 times 2? 8, and there's your x. Okay, this is the correct way. It's a statement of proportionality. If you start off this way, you will eventually start making shortcuts because that's just human nature. Okay, so if you want to label on top, right? So if I label on top, really what you're doing is instead of drawing the secondary triangle and drawing the statement of proportionality, we put it in the triangle. Okay, 30 goes into 62 times, 30 goes into 93 times, but gets the radical. 60 goes into 91s. All right, which one is your scale factor? The side with two numbers. So my scale factor is a fraction, 4 rad 3 over rad 3. And as you guys saw on the calculator, it's 4. So my scale factor is 4. So how do I find x? Your scale factor 4 times your reference 2. And so what is 4 times 2? 8. And that's the value of x. How do you find y? Scale factor 4 times reference 1. And so 4 times 1 is 4. And so what you're doing is you're still doing the cross product property. It's just we decided to simplify this 4 rad 3 over 3 over here. Okay. Okay. Your 30, 60, 90. So the rest, you go 1 through 2, 10, and I don't know, and then the rest up to 24, right? Okay. This is a 20-point assignment because there's so many of them, right? Okay. So 45 is a 10-point assignment. 30, 60, 90 is a 20-point assignment. So you really have 2 assignments on that sheet. Yes? Now, you have to have